introduce a little anarchy.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most intense, sinister, and/or convincing speeches in movie history.
This is a tasty burger.
Number 10, King Kong, Training Day.
Give me the money and let me go. Let me go, Jay. That's right. Come on, Jay. You don't deserve this.
By the end of this cop drama, the newcomer Jake finally stands up to his corrupt superior. Detective Alonzo Harris watches his younger partner leave and the other witnesses ignore him. This culminates in a hate-fueled rant against everybody nearby, practically securing Denzel Washington's Oscar. Harris's speech involves a slew of threats to the locals that's both menacing and entertaining.
You just live here! Yeah, that's right, you better walk away!
Despite his somewhat colorful language, the character ultimately fails to maintain his power. Memorably, the speech includes its famous use of the iconic movie monster.
King Kong ain't got on me!
Washington's performance manages to be both ominous and engrossing, captivating the listener through to the monologue's end. Number 9, Baseball Bat, The Shining.
How do you like it?
When Jack Torrance finally loses it in The Shining, he delivers this speech to his wife Wendy. It's a disturbing sequence that reaches a boiling point for the main character. Frightening the audience, Torrance slowly heads for Wendy and starts threatening her life. Jack Nicholson's manic performance keeps you on edge, never letting you off the hook throughout this speech.
I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
You can't help but worry for the anti-hero's wife as she grips a baseball bat for protection. This shocking moment allows Nicholson to unravel his tightly coiled emotions, and he plays it for all it's worth.
Put the bat down, Wendy.
Stop it!
Wendy, give me the bat.
Please! Billy!
Give me the bat.
Stop it!
If the actors weren't so compelling, we'd be hiding our faces in fear throughout this monologue. Number 8, V's Address, V for Vendetta.
Verily, this vichyssoise of verbiage veers most verbose, so let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Following the bombings of the Old Bailey, the mysterious V interrupts a broadcast to explain his actions. The masked figure speaks out in favor of truth and against the corruption of the government. Utilizing a calm voice, the character's convincing argument infuriates officials and inspires ordinary citizens.
His hope was to remind the world that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives.
Hugo Weaving's performance invokes all the emotions of a populace that doesn't want to live in fear anymore. The monologue is dangerous, mischievous, and meant to galvanize a group of oppressed people.
1 year from tonight, outside the gates of Parliament, and together we shall give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgot.
Along with threatening those in charge, the speech sends a strong message that carries through the movie's memorable finale. Number 7, You Can't Handle the Truth, A Few Good Men.
I didn't dismiss you.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not through with my examination. Sit down.
In the climax of this drama, Colonel Jessup finally takes the witness stand. Tom Cruise's Daniel Kaffee keeps the officer on the stand to finish his questioning. This allows Jack Nicholson to deliver an award-worthy performance as he fights back. His famous line is just one part of this monologue, with his defensive rebuttal going down as a courtroom classic.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
The actor dishes out the prickly speech without even having to stand up. His character's at a low point, but makes one last attempt at justification by revealing how ruthless he can be.
You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
It's an earth-shattering revelation that sounds incredibly powerful as delivered by Nicholson. Number 6, Fear, Gangs of New York.
You know how I stayed alive this long? All these years. Fear.
It's hard to determine which of Daniel Day-Lewis's many outstanding roles represents his best work. Some people might argue Bill the Butcher, while others would mention the milkshake fan Daniel Plainview.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
Don't bully me, Daniel!
His brilliant speech here from Gangs of New York rivals any of his other characters' greatest moments. William Cutting speaks to Amsterdam about fear, in the process perfectly summing up his own evil philosophy.
He rises against me. I cut off his head, stick it on a pike.
Raise it high up so all on the streets can see. That's what preserves the order of things.
He runs through his violent methods in such a matter-of-fact way, almost as if he's reading a bedtime story. Full of contradictions, Cutting speaks about honor and respect while also frightening the audience.
He spared me because he wanted me to live in shame. This was a great man.
It's a chilling monologue that well demonstrates Day-Lewis's superb acting abilities. Number 5, Londa's tactics, Inglourious Basterds.
You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
Yes.
In the opening of this film, Colonel Hans Landa interrogates a French farmer. He enters the home with a charming demeanor before revealing his hateful ideology. Explaining his search tactics, Landa's provocative dialogue sets up a troubling comparison involving rats.
If a rat were to scamper through your front door right now, would you greet it with hostility?
I suppose I would.
The awful words spill out from actor Christoph Waltz with such ease that you're shocked by every syllable. It's yet another great evil monologue from Tarantino, besting other memorable examples like Calvin's in Django Unchained.
The price is $12,000.
And I take it you prefer the take-it-or-leave-it style of negotiation?
All of this builds to the villain finding out the truth, setting up a moment that's both violent and unforgettable. Waltz's performance imbues the ongoing threats with an undeniable energy, making this speech one reason that he won the Oscar. Number 4, Always Be Closing, Glengarry Glen Ross.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Near the start of Glengarry Glen Ross, the main cast receives an unexpected version of the usual motivational speech. Alec Baldwin's character Blake gets their attention by giving them an ultimatum. He insults them, threatens their jobs, and forces them to get greedy.
That watch costs more than your car. I made $970,000 last year. How much you make? You see, pal, that's who I am, and you're nothing.
Pitting the salesmen against each other, the character doesn't care about offending anybody. Baldwin steals the film with one scene as this wild monologue lets him fly off the handle. With a number of quotable lines, the essence of the entire movie is boiled down into this entertaining rant.
A, B, C. A, always B, B, C, closing. Always be closing.
Number 3, Taking Down Clarice, The Silence of the Lambs.
Closer, please. Closer.
Clarice Starling's first encounter with Dr. Hannibal Lecter goes about as well as anybody would have expected. After asking him for help, the FBI agent endures the wrath of the prisoner's intelligence. The latter attacks his interviewer in a brutal speech that doesn't skimp on details.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
This includes getting personal about her humble background, clearly offending her by the end.
Good nutrition's giving you some length of bone, but you're not more than one generation from poor white trash, are you, Agent Starling?
Anthony Hopkins' snarling performance doesn't let up as he disappears into the role. In an intense close-up, the serial killer does everything he can to push Starling away. It's both riveting and frightening to watch. Number 2, Scars, The Dark Knight.
Well, hello, beautiful. You must be Harvey's squeeze.
The Joker is up to all kinds of tricks in The Dark Knight. He also loves to monologue, with this one being one of his calling cards. The villain tells it multiple times in the movie, but this particular version feels like the distillation of his disturbing psyche.
Well, you look nervous. Is it the scars? You want to know how I got them? Come here. Hey.
Heath Ledger doesn't hold back as he shares this awful tale about his character's scars. This evil criminal sucks the air out of the room as he confronts Rachel with a knife. While it might be the best speech from this antagonist, the gripping scene with Harvey Dent in the hospital gives it a run for its money. Few superhero films are this scary or genuinely intimidating.
Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Barnes makes his presence known, Platoon. The angry sergeant provokes his squad after killing his rival.
6 you boys against me. Kill me.
Ghost Story, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Barbossa frightens Elizabeth with a horrifying tale of undead pirates.
I feel nothing. Not the wind on my face, nor the spray of the sea, nor the warmth of a woman's flesh. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Greed, Wall Street. Gordon Gekko reveals his immoral and immortal words about business.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit.
Veidt's plan, Watchmen. This supervillain defies stereotypes by revealing his evil plan after going through with it.
So in order to save this planet, I had to trick it with the greatest practical joke in human history.
Killing millions.
To save billions.
Humanity, The Matrix. Agent Smith doesn't hold back his thoughts on the human race.
Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You are a plague, and we are the cure.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 17, Pulp Fiction.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? What? What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
In this iconic scene from Pulp Fiction, Jules Winfield stares Brett down and unleashes a tirade for the ages. This includes a biblical speech that gives Samuel L. Jackson one of his finest moments on screen.
You read the Bible, Brett?
Yes.
Well, there's this passage I got memorized. Sort of fits this occasion. Ezekiel 25:17.
The actor's angry tone keeps you on the edge of your seat, with all of it leading to a dramatic execution. Tarantino's dialogue has arguably never been better.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers.
It's an unlikely way to threaten someone, but it's utterly compelling coming out of Jackson's mouth. The tension's palpable as the verbose hitman gives a monologue you'll never forget.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Did we forget other threatening movie monologues? Let us know in the comments below.
If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.